Hey you guys, it's Topic Bricks here with another video. In today's video we're going to be addressing and responding to LEGO's official statement regarding future LEGO Harry Potter Deathly Hallows sets. So I have reported this statement they have made before, however I have not gone into any sort of detailed response to this statement. I have simply stated that I don't entirely agree with it, and in today's video I'm going to explain why. So for context, the LEGO Harry Potter theme relaunched in 2018 due to popular demand. In this first year we saw sets from predominantly the Philosopher's Stone and the Chamber of Secrets. In 2019 we saw LEGO Harry Potter sets based on mainly the Prisoner of Azkaban and the Goblet of Fire. Then in 2020 we saw sets primarily based on, you guessed it, the Order of the Phoenix and the Half-Blood Prince. So you spot a trend here, right? So in 2021 everyone assumed we would see sets primarily based on the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, but we didn't. What we saw is 20th anniversary LEGO sets based on the original 2001 LEGO Harry Potter sets. We went back to the classic recreations with the green roofs and a whole new Hogwarts expansion system, leaving the old ones behind. Now I think in everyone's mind we saw 2021 as a break from the traditional route due to the 20th anniversary, and that in 2022 we would be returning back on track with Deathly Hallows sets to round off the LEGO Harry Potter theme. But looking at the 2022 LEGO Harry Potter sets that we know about, it's pretty evident that this isn't going to be the case, as the 2022 sets we've seen so far present themselves as expansions to the 2021 20th anniversary wave. We are getting new Hogwarts Moments books to add to our 2021 Hogwarts Moments books collection, and we are getting another 20th anniversary Hogwarts Castle expansion with Chocolate Frog cards. So what on earth is going on? Well, Tips and Bricks on Instagram did an interview with the LEGO Harry Potter design master Marcus Besser, which helped clarify and clear up a few questions regarding the future direction of the LEGO Harry Potter theme. So let's take a look at what Marcus said. For the first few years of the relaunch we had a clear strategy of focusing on the first few films, then to move on to the Goblet of Fire and the Order of the Phoenix. For 2021 we had a blank slate and got to look back at what we can do that's fresh to keep the franchise relevant. That's where we decided to go for a soft reset on the story. So instead of looking at specific movies we decided to look at key moments. We reflected on what started the franchise, picking some of the strong sets and reinventing them to fit how we design sets now, as a love letter to the first sets. So what Marcus revealed here is that LEGO had a 3-year plan for the LEGO Harry Potter theme from 2018 to 2020, and due to the success of the theme they had decided to carry on making LEGO Harry Potter sets past that 3-year plan set out in 2018. Thus, LEGO viewed 2021 as a blank slate. And while this makes sense, it doesn't quite answer the question of why the Deathly Hallows was completely off the table and why they are reluctant to offer LEGO Deathly Hallows sets in 2022 and beyond. So when pressed on this, Marcus Besser replied with the following quote: "It's definitely not to say we won't cover the later movies at some point, but they do tend to be aimed at a higher age, which is why we target the first few movies. Our overall values are more in line with the first movies, where there's more magic and the universal theme of a wizarding school is more in line with our values." Now this is the quote I personally don't entirely agree with. Now Marcus is absolutely right that the later films such as the Deathly Hallows are targeted at an older audience, but I wouldn't say that the target age is much older than the age range of consumers who are buying these LEGO Harry Potter sets. The Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2 are both aged at PG-13, so that's for 13s and up, which is all teenagers and adults, just not for children. And if we take a look at some recent LEGO Harry Potter sets we can see that they are on average about 13 plus age range as well. So yes, LEGO are right in saying that the later films are for an older audience, but that older audience is still in line with the targeted age range of recent LEGO Harry Potter sets. So if we analyse the second part of this response, we see that Marcus talks about how LEGO's overall values are more in line with the earlier films, and essentially that the later films such as the Deathly Hallows are too dark. But I find it baffling that LEGO haven't got the creativity to execute Deathly Hallows sets that are in line with LEGO's values. Well, I do actually think they do have that creativity, it's just that I'm more baffled that they aren't entertaining that option at all and just dismissing the possibility due to a supposed mismatch in values. LEGO has previously made Deathly Hallows sets in child-friendly ways back in 2011. In 2011 we saw the Forbidden Forest and even a Battle of Hogwarts set, which was based on arguably the most darkest moment in all of Harry Potter. So what's changed since then? I would argue not much at all. In recent years, LEGO has released sets that I would argue are equally as dark, or in some cases even darker, than any of these past Deathly Hallows sets. An obvious example would be the Rise of Voldemort. This set saw Harry being tortured with a knife and the Cruciatus Curse. We also saw Cedric Diggory being murdered. Included in this set we get Peter Pettigrew, Lord Voldemort as a reincarnation, Baby Voldemort and a Death Eater. We also get some LEGO pieces which is meant to represent Harry's blood, which is used to bring Voldemort back to full strength. Are you meaning to tell me that LEGO designers haven't got the creativity to give us Deathly Hallows sets that aren't as dark as that? I don't believe that. And that set was released in 2020, just 1.5 years ago. Other examples of darker sets would be the Death Star, which literally blows up planets, murdering millions of people. For a more graphic dark example, we have the Duel on Mustafar, which saw Anakin Skywalker literally being burnt alive. And we also have the attack on Naboru, which came with some Death Eaters, including a blood-sucking werewolf, to reenact the scene where the entire family home got blown up. So let's be frank. LEGO can give us Deathly Hallows sets, but for some reason they are choosing not to. Beyond the suggestion that the later films are darker than the earlier ones, there is a definite deeper reason why LEGO are reluctant to touch the later films, and I'm pretty confident in saying that it's not simply down to just a mismatch in values. If LEGO went ahead and explored the Deathly Hallows, we could get sets such as the Escape from Gringotts, which the fans have been asking for ever since the 2020 direct-to-consumer Diagon Alley set left out that iconic building. And a Gringotts bank set wouldn't even be considered dark at all, never mind too dark for LEGO, so it's a real shame LEGO have decided to turn their nose up at the Deathly Hallows films, and hopefully in the future LEGO will change their mind and decide to revisit them. If you want to see my LEGO Deathly Hallows mock on the tale of the three brothers, then click the video on screen now. Thanks to the members of this channel who help make these videos possible, and a special thank you to Tommy C Bricks, Lucas Hatch, Brighter Switch Bricks and Kay Crossley, who are all tier 3 members of this channel. I've been Topic Bricks, and I'll catch you soon for another awesome tacular LEGO Harry Potter video. Bye for now.